Hi, everybody. Welcome to the TinCan podcast. This is episode 6. 6 episodes in. And with me today is Nathan. Please put your hands up.
Hello.
Put your hand in the skies. And we have Alex, who looks bored, as he usually does. Anyway. And I am Arno. And our Twitters are below. So today we're going to talk about very many things in the world, in movies, in music, in TV, and to kick things off, Nathan here has something he wants to reveal to us that we do not know about yet. Something to do with Apple, and I am very, very intrigued because apparently they fucked up big time. So Nathan, what have they done, please?
Over the past week, I think it was like last Wednesday or something like that, they announced that they're going to release the next iPhone. Wait for it. Without a charger. So that it's cheaper for people to buy. Now let that one settle in.
I was talking ages ago. They're not going to put a cable in, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolute bell end.
Yeah.
I could see this being reasonable if the charger with the new iPhone, if you can use your older charger for the new iPhone, can you do that?
Nope. So I think the new
This is a completely fucked decision then.
Wait, no, you can, sorry. I think it is lightning. It is a lightning charger at the one end and USB-C on the other. I could use like the charger I've got at the minute on the new iPhone if it's going to be Lightning port still, which I think it still will be. But the upgrade from my phone, which is the iPhone 11, it has USB-C from the actual wall plug, I think, to Lightning port, and that's how they charge the phones faster now.
All right.
Yeah, so you won't be able to do that unless you go out and actually buy an Apple Lightning port to USB-C cable.
Well, that's fantastic.
Not really. Because instead of getting the PlayStation with its controller, you just get a PlayStation.
Not even the power plug.
Or not even the power plug. You have to
plug it into the wall after you
have to buy 3 adapters that will allow the pass-through of the actual power cable that you then have to buy as well.
Perfect.
So basically the ads, when the ads start rolling in, get your new iPhone cheaper, but without the thing that will make it work.
Yes.
The charger.
So after you get your iPhone, you have to go out and get a charger for it.
Yeah.
As well. That's
so not only
cheaper.
are you going to
when
spend...
is the iPhone launching?
Probably sometime in like
when is it
November. No, November, October time. Or October, November time, yeah. But not only are you going to spend 1 hour in the queue to wait to get your iPhone, but you will then have to leave as your purchase is then technically over, rejoin the queue, and get a charger. But
they're going to be selling nice bundles.
No, I think what they're going to actually do is they're going to have that cheaper one. But I'm just like I'm baffled because like how much cheaper would it make actually buying the phone? Like, are we talking €100 cheaper? €200 cheaper? You know, if it's gonna be like what, 50 quid cheaper?
Charger's like what, £1? Yeah.
Yeah, but like if it's gonna be 50,
they sell them for 20.
If it's gonna be 50 quid cheaper, I'm just gonna go and buy the full thing anyway. You know, so it would have to be significantly cheaper for them to be able to take like that version out, or it wouldn't make sense.
Like it is pretty stupid. In all honesty, I don't see any justified reasons behind taking the charger. It's just really, really inconvenient for the customers. That's just it. This is like, we're going to give you this new advanced phone, but we're going to make it 10 times more inconvenient for you.
So you think like they'd be like taking like a few steps forward with the whole new iOS 14 update that's actually going to notify you when a certain app is using your mic and camera?
Well, I can't really say much on it because I'm an Android user, and
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, like, you think that they've made, like, a few steps forward with coming out with that, because everybody knows that Facebook and, like, any app that you download records you while, like, it's even turned off or whatever, just to capture, like, trigger words that'll then be able to advertise certain things to you. Like, now it's now the iPhone's going to actually warn you that this app is actually doing that. So you would think that's
a step forward.
Yeah, you would think that, and then they removed the charger out of the next phone.
It's like one step forward, two steps back. That's basically it. That's it.
Yeah.
And honestly, has any phone ever been sold without a charger?
Depends. Maybe you've ordered some dodgy one off of China.
Yeah.
That's about it.
On eBay, and managed to get like a Barbie phone without batteries.
But you'd never get an official iPhone, Android phone without a charger.
I don't think like Huawei or anything like that. No. Oh yeah. Speaking about Huawei, I only heard recently that they have actually come out with their own Play Store or App Store, so that they can.
They have to.
So that they can.
Because them and Google have a thing, so they had to.
No, Trump had a thing with Google to stop them from using that.
Oh yeah, because they're a Chinese company.
Mm-hmm. And so they had to come out with their own app store to be able to actually run the phone.
I don't know why that didn't click with me. That's why I got a new phone, because I used to have a Huawei phone.
Yeah.
So that yeah.
I would stay away from the Huawei's anyway. Just to me, I don't even rate Huawei.
You don't?
No, like the big contenders out there for me are like OnePlus, Apple and Android. Or not Android, what? Apple and Samsung, sorry. What do you think, Alex?
Well, I'm a Samsung man, so
I don't give a shit about either of them really.
I can't really
war
talk too
with
much. I'm not that educated on the matter, but all I can say is the iPhone selling a phone without a charger is stupid. Really, really, really stupid.
But everything else will follow.
Stupid.
Follow with.
Stupid for the consumer. That's how you're looking at it. If you were working in Apple, you'd be like, "Yes, we got them."
Less work, more money.
It's literally like the government taxing you to breathe.
Oh, don't worry.
Do they actually think they're going to sell more iPhones? It's like, why would I buy this phone when it doesn't come with a charger?
Obviously.
Because I feel like they're also looking at it like this: that right, we'll sell more phones with taking away the charger and having it like £100 cheaper or £200 cheaper, yeah. Because consumers can also go out and buy third-party chargers that work on the phone. They don't have to buy the Apple ones. But a lot of people out there would be like, no, I want the Apple one to go with it.
I assume the Apple ones will have the, like, whatever they call the, like, dash charge thing.
The which?
It charges in, like, 20 minutes.
Oh, yeah. Sure, I think the iPhone 11 had that.
Will have that properly on.
Oh, yeah. I think the 11s had that. They had the USB-C type just for that, I'm nearly sure. But yeah, it's like PS5's digital edition, right? Now compare the digital edition, right, to an iPhone that only charges wirelessly, right? And then you can get the iPhone that's got the cable, which is the PS5 edition with the drive. That is what it's like completely. It's ridiculous, like.
Yeah, that is pretty stupid. But is there anything else you want to say on that matter, Nathan?
Not really. Just that.
All right.
Yeah, nothing really.
So Apple, dumb move. Dumb move.
Yeah,
Very
but
dumb move.
that's in the consumer's eyes.
In my eyes, coming from somebody that has never owned an Apple phone, done fucked up.
Anyway. An
Anyway,
iPod 6 years ago. That's about it.
well, that counts. You're an Apple customer. I was going to be one until I got fired. Yeah. Anyway, we're moving on to the next topic here. I'm assuming Nathan wants to share some thoughts on this whole situation, because I never thought about putting it into the notes. But Johnny Depp and the Sun have had their court case today, in which the Sun published a story a while ago calling Johnny Depp a wife beater, as him and Amber Heard, his ex-wife, well, it came out that she was actually abusing him, and there was a ton of evidence there to support that, and there was a lot of evidence debunking everything she was saying, and basically the Sun are helping tear Johnny Depp's image apart, and they had a court case. So, and it happened today. There hasn't really been any results announced. Apparently, he's going back in tomorrow to show some evidence, and I think that the Sun, well, I think they might. They need to compensate Johnny Depp. His image has been fucked enough. He's lost his role as Jack Sparrow. He's gotten so much hate over the past few years. He needs something positive. Like, the only thing good he's got going for himself right now is his band, like the Hollywood Vampires, in which him and another two famous, I think the guitarist from Aerosmith and Alice Cooper are in the band as well. And that's really all he's got going for him at the minute. I don't know if he's got any big new roles coming up, but yeah. Nathan, what are your thoughts on this whole situation?
I said it in my video that it's really, really disgusting to see that happen, like, and to see people take sides before any evidence has been put out there. Now that we obviously know what's happened and stuff, I feel that he should get his roles back, because. Yeah. But at the same time, then companies are looking at, it'll always be there, even though it was proven he didn't. It'll still be there when you mention his name. There will always be that. Isn't he the one that was brought up in court for beating a woman or whatever? So I can kind of see it from a company's perspective, but at the same time, before any ruling was given, the companies all jumped on the bandwagon. And the last time I checked, it was innocent until proven guilty, not guilty till proven innocent.
That's true, and I'll say this here to your point, because like, people, when Amber Heard first came out saying that Johnny Depp had abused her, she posted pictures with bruises on her face, but it seemed pretty obvious they were faked, because there was a picture of her the day after, no bruises on her face, no nothing. that was one of the things debunked. So she came out with the whole thing with proof, with evidence that he had been hitting her. So people jumped on that right away, and then Johnny Depp's career sort of took a nosedive there, and his reputation took a nosedive. And then it was only probably 2 years ago there that it came out that it was the other way around. And the things she did to him, apparently she shot in his bed for the crack. She threw a bottle at him, which sliced off the top of one of his fingers, and she's punched him repeatedly. And there's been images of him on the red carpet with her, and you can see bruises under his eye. And it's just like, okay, it's pretty obvious that she's been doing that to him. And then there's been phone calls and recordings with her admitting that she hits him, and starts fights. It's just like, okay, this is how is, because, and the thing is, Amber Heard still has jobs and is still like a sponsor for these big companies, and they're not letting her go, and like Johnny Depp has lost quite a bit.
I feel like it's up to social media to not endorse, is that the word I'm looking for? Like if she shows up in an advert for a company or for a charity or whatever, that she should not be like isn't it endorsed? Is that the word? Yeah. People shouldn't praise her for doing this. If anything,
nobody is praising her for doing this. Like, people are constantly tweeting and sending messages to these companies saying, why do you still have this woman representing your company? Get rid of her. That's what's happening right now, but they're not doing it.
Well, they should, for some reason, because they're part of the issue. Like, they're part of the issue. Like, you know,
they're waiting for the court case, like the defamation case, to be done and over with, because they don't think it's officially happened yet. Like, because with the way things are going, Amber Heard should be going to jail for what she's done to him. Like Johnny Depp sued her for $50 million. And this defamation case is going on now. This whole Johnny Depp son thing is a separate thing. It's just about them, you know.
Not really, because it was the exact same day. The two court cases happened today, and he rocked up like the Winter Soldier. So he did.
I haven't seen any of the images of him walking in or out of the courthouse, so I guess, like, if there's a picture of him walking out,
suit.
I should be able to tell if he won that case, or whether or not, or if it's just if it's just a 2-day thing. But
it is. He's going back in tomorrow to provide evidence.
To provide evidence.
Yeah. So it's not going to be a 2-day thing. It could be more.
Like, this thing might take place over a fair period of time. Unless the jury just look at the evidence tomorrow and say,
it'll be a week. It'll be roughly less than a week, I think, because of the fact that he's not from the UK and it's happening in the UK. Like, because it's the son, which is from the UK. So they're
like, what would he need exactly? Right? Here's the Sun's article where they wrote this thing that sort of destroyed my image a bit, quite a bit, and
literally,
here's all the evidence. Of course, that I did not do that.
Aaron, he wins, hands down. As long as that,
he's going to win.
Yeah, as long as that, as long as there's no question mark behind woman abuser or whatever he was called, then he can safely say that, look, they made a statement about me that was false, and it was hurting my character, and it was to do with something that hadn't even been fully distinguished as to who was in the right and who was in the wrong. So they added to the whole thing. They're an accessory. But court doesn't go down that easy. They'll probably fight the argument saying, we were just reporting the news and everything. Is like, no, but it's still defamation of character to come out with a statement like that.
And here's something funny I heard there a while ago. The lawyer representing Amber Heard, apparently he represented Harvey Weinstein, and he stuck with Harvey Weinstein. It was pretty obvious he did what he did, but he stuck with him. This lawyer has abandoned Amber Heard.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's left. He's abandoned ship. He knows he's abandoned this sinking ship. It's that obvious that she's done what she's done. Like, there is no helping her in the situation. Like, she's fucked. She's well fucked. It's pretty funny.
But like,
this dude's stuck with Harvey Weinstein. He's very, very obvious. He did what he did. He says, "No, I have a case for him here. I can get something for him here." Just looks at Amber Heard's case.
Fuck that.
Fuck this. I'm out. That's basically that song. Fuck this shit, I'm out. But yeah, it's pretty satisfying to hear that a lawyer like that abandon ship on her because she has a case that hopeless. And like I heard, apparently she cheated on Johnny Depp with Elon Musk and Cara Delevingne, because apparently, I don't know if this was fact or fiction, but apparently Amber Heard, Cara Delevingne, and Elon Musk had a three-way.
That's hearsay.
Because apparently there's footage of them going into a hotel at the same time on an elevator or something like that there. So there's that. But it might be hearsay. I haven't looked into it enough, but
Go on, Elon.
Go on, Elon.
I can just imagine him in the middle of it. The electro juices are flowing tonight.
Now we're going to move on to a world of entertainment. A
whole new world.
It's not new to me, but it's fun. But there's a few things to talk about here, and apparently, is anybody here either excited, interested, or just not giving any shits about the upcoming New Mutants movie that was supposed to come out 3 years ago, but
Not really.
still hasn't been released?
Not really, because it looked cheesy in the trailer that we got.
I don't mind cheesy if it's like,
At least interesting.
yeah. But like,
yeah, that's if this New Mutants movie is successful, it could be a trilogy. And honestly, personally, although I was intrigued by it, like over the past 3 years, every movie I've gone to see in the cinema, this trailer keeps popping up. It just keeps popping up. There's one trailer that's been released. Well, there's 2 trailers out now for it, but the very first trailer that was released for it has been played in cinemas for the past 3 years, on and off. Like every couple of months, you'd see it pop up. It's just like, wow, why is this trailer still popping up? I don't know why. But I'd say they're going to be released. I think it's coming out in August. Let me just double check the release date, because I didn't check there. But it looks interesting, and I wouldn't mind if it was turned into a trilogy if it is good enough. But it should be interesting, because it looks pretty freaky in some parts. Like I'll be honest, I got some chills when I was watching that first trailer, because it looked really, really creepy. And there was some supernatural elements, and when it comes to supernatural horrors or thrillers, they get me. They really do get me to a point where I am very, very uncomfortable, and I do not want to continue. Okay, I suppose it was supposed to come in April 3rd. I don't know. April 3rd.
What are you looking for here?
The new release date for... Yeah, it's coming out on the 20th of August. On the 20th of August, it'll be released in theaters.
This year or next year?
This year. This August. 20th of August. If it is successful, it's still going to be released in theaters, which I think is a wee bit of a mistake, because it's lost a lot of momentum. A lot of momentum. Okay, if they want this movie to be successful, they need to drop a trailer now, but they don't even have faith that it's going to come out in August. Like, we'll see how things go when all cinemas... The cinemas are opening in Ireland from the 10th of July. Well, they've already opened, but there's another wave of cinemas opening on the 10th of July. But there hasn't been any new movies released, and I think... like Christopher Nolan was confident that his movie Tenet was going to come out in July. It was supposed to come out in July 10th, I think, but he pushed it to August as well. So he's waiting. He's waiting until to see if people would be interested in going back to cinemas. But I honestly don't think there'll be much of an issue, because there's mountains of people going out to the pubs now that they're opened again. And I generally don't see any reason why, if people are going out to pubs, if people are going to supermarkets, I don't see any reason why they wouldn't go out to the cinema, even when cinemas have their new things in place for, staying a couple of seats apart. And as long as they have people as long as they keep people feeling safe, like, I think people will go out and see all the movies that are coming. But just on depending on how many people, if they can max out all the cinemas with the limit of people they're allowing in. Like those movies might make enough money to give other production companies and companies like enough faith to release their big movies, like Tenet, which really is the next big movie to come out. But New Mutants, I think it will be. I don't see it being a big success. So I don't see this trilogy happening, and I don't particularly care if it does happen or not. But we'll see how it goes. So,
Okay.
did you care at all? No.
Not really. Not really. It's not really been on my radar. The next movie I'm kind of buzzed to wait for is kind of Tenet.
Mm.
No, it's not Tenant. It's
I said Tenet.
Tenet.
That's what I said.
No, you said Tenant. You said Tenant.
I said Tenet.
You said you put the N in there.
I didn't.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just my block nose.
Maybe.
Excuses.
But anyway,
Excuses,
Tenet.
Yeah.
The
only movie you're excited about coming out anytime
Well,
soon.
that's the only one that's coming out soon. The next one after that is Venom.
Yeah,
I think so.
that's about it.
Yeah.
Not much at all.
Then Mulan's coming out, but I don't think he's care about that.
No. Fuck off.
And another bit of news, we're going to move on from that. We all know Pirates of the Caribbean came to an end with the fifth Pirates movie, the Dead Men Tell No Tales.
I think it ended at the third, but
I'll still
these fanfics kept going for some reason. I don't know why.
But the last one was very, 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 very bad. And like, as much as I love Johnny Depp as Jack Sparrow, I think he kind of forgot how to play Jack Sparrow.
He couldn't carry it that hard,
like he was the main selling point of the Pirates movies, but in the last one, the fifth one, Salazar's Revenge, Dead Men Tell No Tales, whatever it's called in whatever part of the world you're from, I think Johnny Depp completely forgot how to play Jack Sparrow, because when I was watching it, I was watching it and it seemed like he was playing the Mad Hatter from Alice in Wonderland mixed with a tiny bit of Jack Sparrow. And he was just bumbling drunk idiot. But in the earlier movies, it was quite obvious he was clever. But he wasn't exactly drunk all the time. But he was clever. He was
I think
smart.
if he would have been drunk all the time, then I think the movie would have been a lot higher quality, to be honest.
But
the only way you can go is up.
And he's not clever. He's just a bumbling idiot that wins by coincidence and not because of his cleverness or anything like that.
That's what happens when you need to write a fifth movie when you were finished 4 movies ago.
The one thing that really, really, really just pissed me off is the inconsistency, because we all know at the end of the third one, he gets his heart taken out. So and he's the captain, the Dutchman, and in the fifth one they lift all the curses, and a man with no heart in his chest walks up on shore.
Yeah.
He should have dropped dead as soon as the curse was lifted. It made
if they did a
10-year
time skip, he would have been able to do that one.
Yeah.
That's about
at the end of the third one, he shows up 10 years later. Like, there's an end credit scene at the end of at World's End. And he shows up.
That's about it.
Yeah, and that is about it. But the curse is lifted. All curses of the seven seas are lifted. He should be dead because he has no heart in his chest. There's no more magic to keep him alive.
Yeah.
But other than that, so the main thing we're getting to is Pirates of the Caribbean is being rebooted, and the new lead is going to be Margot Robbie. Those of you who do not know her, she is Harley Quinn, and she is a Academy Award nominated actress. I don't think she's won anything. I can't entirely be sure. Like, she was introduced to the world in The Wolf of Wall Street. Any Leonardo DiCaprio fans will know that movie, and she played his wife on it, and she was pretty good. And then things sort of took off for her with Suicide Squad, with her playing Harley Quinn, and then the Birds of Prey movie, which was something. And
Yeah.
yeah, she's supposed to be the new lead of the Pirates of the Caribbean movie, and I think this is the stupidest idea ever, because it's only been 3 years since the last Pirates movie, and the main selling point of the Pirates movies was Jack Sparrow. That was it. That was the main selling point of those movies. And if you're going to make a Pirates of the Caribbean without Jack Sparrow, you're going to fail.
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, no, they should definitely wait like 10 years before.
This movie's going to fall flat on its arse. This movie's going to fall flat on its arse unless Disney pulls something really, really, really impressive out of their arse.
I'm not expecting impressive and innovative from Disney anymore, to be honest.
If they decide to go down like a dark, serious pirate movie,
No.
a completely different tone.
Nah.
Like nothing fun. So something serious, dead serious. No magic, no mystical creatures. Just full of serious historical pirate movie with a woman in the lead. That would be different. It would be new, and it might be a wee bit intriguing depending on how they execute it. But if they're going to go for the same tone, same everything other than having no Jack Sparrow, then they're gonna fail.
Yep.
So
It's
if they want to go
it's
ahead
like
with,
replacing Henry Cavill as Superman right now. It would fail.
Yeah, it would fail. It would. Well, yeah, it would fail.
Yeah.
And because it's either you don't make another Superman movie for 10 years or recast them, or
just
keep Henry
full
Cavill and make
reboot.
one now.
Otherwise, you're never gonna do anything.
But
proper.
yeah, Margot Robbie is the new lead. If you're gonna do it with Jack Sparrow, go on ahead. If you're gonna do it without him,
I'll not be going to see it.
please don't. Please don't. Just come up with a new idea and do that. Don't ruin Pirates of the Caribbean's legacy. The last one ruined it enough.
They're ruining it because they
The
have
last
to.
two already fucked its legacy up its ass.
They're ruining it because they have to. Oh, we have to have a woman lead now. Fuck off, like.
No, they're ruining it because we need to keep Pirates going. It still makes money, sort of.
Well, yeah, the last one I think it made over $1 billion. So yeah, so
Doesn't matter how bad it gets.
No, it does because
as
Jack
long
Sparrow's not going to be in
as
it.
it's making money, as long as the money's still coming in, they'll
do anything to anything for money. Like,
but the last one was fairly divisive because I see a lot of people, a surprising amount of people saying they loved Dead Men Tell No Tales, and I'm just like, really? So, like, have you seen the previous movies? Because the previous movies are far superior. Even the fourth one, which you clearly do not like, Alex, I thought it was decent,
okay. It was,
and I loved the soundtrack.
It was serviceable. I'll call it serviceable.
I thought it was. I enjoyed it.
If you turned your brain completely off, it was fine.
Yeah.
Ish.
I didn't love it as much as the first three. The first three are just.
No, first three are amazing.
They're
amazing. First one's the best. The third one was my favorite, to be honest, because it's just so ridiculously stupid.
I'll say the first one was probably the best overall film. The second one was the funniest, and the third one was like
so cornily epic.
Yeah, it was so corny and epic.
Yeah, it's just so ridiculous. Like, fucking fun. Yeah, let's call it fun.
Yeah, my favorite part is like near the end when
it gets so ridiculous completely.
When the Dutchman and the Blackbird are facing each other, and Jack's just like, "Hey, come to negotiate, have you? You slimy gits." And then he starts singing the Jar of Dirt song, the famous Jar of Dirt song.
But my favorite,
I've got a jar of dirt.
Our absolute favorite scene,
and guess what's inside it?
Our absolute probably favorite scene from the third one was just the beginning. The entire beginning.
Oh yeah, the whole thing on that wee fucking
in the fucking middle of the desert, and the ship goes, and it's like, what the fuck? Yeah. That was some good shit.
And then that whole speech on the ship when he's talking to himself, and then he just jumps into sand, and then he just sees air.
And he just casually just walks up there and I'm like, that's great.
Yeah. Yeah, those movies are fucking great. I love them so much.
It's brilliant.
But the fifth one, I'll never watch it again.
Yeah, no,
Just from my
I'm never
memory.
gonna watch it in the first place. Never
You haven't
never-
seen it.
No,
Good choice. Good choice.
I don't think I have.
I know. Don't.
If you haven't seen the fifth one, do not touch it. Do not go near it. Because even at the end of the fifth one, they try to set up a potential sequel where Davy Jones returns. It's just like, don't,
Why
no,
is this, Nick?
no, don't
Why
do it.
this? Why?
So not only do we have a
You
heartless
bastard.
Will Turner with still alive with no heart, we have a potential Davy Jones returns, and it's just like
Desperate
this
at
movie.
point.
This movie, it was so much ass. But a new movie with Margot Robbie, I have no interest
Eh,
if it has
I
no Johnny
mean,
Depp in it.
if it has good
I don't know.
reviews, I'll watch it. After a year,
I did see it.
I'm not exactly gonna go rushing after it.
If the trailers are good, I might go see it. If the reviews are good, I probably will go see it, just to see why people like it so much. But if the trailers are absolute ass, there's not a hope. But we'll see. We'll see. And we're going to move on. Enough pirates, enough Margot Robbie. We're going to talk about
DC.
another movie.
DC.
There's another movie other than New Mutants that has gotten delayed and has had many
People
production
are slightly
problems.
more excited for that one.
Many production problems this movie's had. And I'm not even going to bother listing them off because there's too many. This movie was supposed to come out sometime in 2016, I think. that long ago. It was either 2016 or 2017 this movie was supposed to come out initially when it was first announced. It's the Flash movie. That's supposed to be called Flashpoint. And it still has not gone into production. I do not know if there's a script written and complete, because there has been many scripts written and rewritten, and there's been many directors in and out of this movie. But apparently Michael Keaten, in a recent draft of the script, apparently is going to be returning as his version of Batman. And I'm at a point where I do not care about this DCEU. And
Well, the best
movie.
DC shit you could find is probably the cartoons and the cartoon movies.
Yeah.
To be honest, like
Yeah.
the Flashpoint Paradox was probably one of the best Flash things ever. That's the animated movie.
No, the animated movie, alright.
It's really good. You should watch it, 100%.
See,
I might give it a go.
with Michael Keaton returning as Batman,
Like if you're just disappointed with everything now, give that a shot and see what happens. It can't disappoint you more.
I think it's cool. I think it's cool they've got him coming back. I don't really care about it too much. I didn't even really know.
It's just a bit old.
I didn't even really know. Yeah, but at the same time,
Because
like as long as
subtitle for this movie, Brian becomes the Flash. I'm like, is this another origin thing?
which
You have this fucking TV show or some shit.
what?
Well, the Flashpoint thing is it's part of the DCU. It's not going to be connected. It's not going to be connected to the TV show or anything. But
Well,
supposed to be some.
well, now saying that, the Flash from Justice League actually made an appearance in the Flash TV show.
Oh, I know.
Yeah,
That was
Because they
big.
do parallel shit.
because they did the Flashpoint.
Like that whole CW universe it's dying, and it's getting less popular by the week. Like even, and it gets loads of media attention, which and Agents of Shield is doing better in ratings, and that gets fuck all media attention. So if that's the case, just imagine the CW with no media attention at all. It would be well fucked at this stage. But so they had to bring something in.
I mean, if you think about it like this, Agents of Shield, no media attention. That was their last season.
It's still the last season's still going.
Or well, this
they got to,
yeah.
and it didn't get cancelled. The Agents of Shield didn't get cancelled.
No. They stopped it before they had to cancel it because of no media. Well, no media attention means views aren't going up.
Well, that's pretty much any and every show. There's a very rare few shows
as long as there's good media attention and views, you run a show into the ground.
Yeah, and that's what you want. And that's why the Flash is doing that, because the Flash DC the DC TV shows are getting all that publicity, and they're constantly getting new people watching. Yes, the experience might be a little bit bad now. Take it into consideration.
I'm not saying the CW shows are good or bad. I'm just basing it off
in comparison to Agents of Shield.
They bought in Ezra Miller's Flash to get people talking about it, to get people watching it.
Yes, which was a good call. They done it, and now people are watching it.
Yeah, but still not as much as Agents of Shield.
What do you mean? Well, clearly when they're still running, but
Like if you looked at the Crisis on Infinite Earths crossover things, if you looked at the ratings for those, like none of those are getting as much views as the Agents of Shield.
None of them will. The only one that I thought, or that I think would have been, or would have had the closest, would have been the Flash. I don't think many people watch the other ones because the Flash was the one to kind of start it all. Now, bear in mind there is the Arrow in there.
I think more people are watching Supergirl than Flash.
More people watching Supergirl than Flash. Have you seen all the CGI and stuff in Supergirl? It is shocking. I couldn't get past.
I'm not talking about the quality. I'm not talking about the quality. This is viewership, not quality.
Yeah, but
I did a comparison there a while ago, and I recall Supergirl having more viewers. But you can go in and check on Wikipedia. Just look up the most recent season of Supergirl, the most recent season of Flash, and go down to ratings and see. I might be wrong, but just check there anyway.
If any TV show has any like thing with it, it would be Arrow.
Yeah, Arrow was probably I think it was widely considered the best CW show.
Season 6. The latest season of The Flash had more. The latest season of The Flash had 1.62. The latest season of Supergirl had 1.26.
Nice.
It has dropped hell of a lot quicker than than The Flash, because when its first season came out, they had 12.96 million viewers, right? But
same with the Agents as well.
When The Flash came out, it was only 4.83, but The Flash has been steadily declining. Whereas Supergirl's first season, 12.96, Supergirl's second season, 3.06. That is a huge drop. But I think, like, just looking at it here, some of it might be due to actually, in fact, it looks like a lot of it is due to the network that was actually running it. So the network that was running Supergirl, no, the network that was running Supergirl's first season was CBS. And then from season 2 to season 5, it was the CW.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
That might explain that then.
Yeah. Whereas the network for all of The Flash has just been the CW.
Fair enough. That's probably a reason for the big drop there, then.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Like, and to even look at like their last aired video. So the last aired video was May 11th for The Flash 2020, right? It had 1.08 million viewers. The Supergirl's last aired was May 17th, and it had 0.65 million. So 650,000 people.
Yeah, that's just around Westworld's ratings for its latest season.
Yeah, like Supergirl is shockingly shit. Like that's why when you were saying like a lot of people more watching that, I was like, nah. I think if any TV show has it closer,
That's why I
to
say
the Flash.
viewership can't equal quality.
No. But I was
season
basing
Westworld
off
was
lower.
fantastic.
No, but I was the only show that I would think would have any at all like closest comparison would be Arrow, because it was one of the first.
It was the first.
Or well, it was the first like kind of CW. CW show to go on. Like,
Arrow came first, and then Flash came second.
Like just looking at it here, right? Arrow's last season was actually shocking. In fact, it was nowhere near. It was nowhere near the Flash. So
Shockingly bad or shockingly good?
Shockingly bad. It was just a bit better than Supergirl. Their last aired show, which was on January 28th, was 0.73. So 730,000 people watched it.
Right,
and that was it. Like its average is 1.52, like overall in comparison to all the shows.
All right.
So like all the seasons. The Flash's average is 2.23. For that season. So sorry, Arrow's average for that season was 1.52. So the Flash done better in its last season than Arrow did, and I think the one of the main reasons for that is because the main actor for Arrow left, and his daughter took over.
Like the main actor for Arrow.
Yes.
Left. Yeah, I'd say getting rid of the title character of a show would
yeah, but somebody else has
ratings.
taken up the Arrow suit.
Yeah, they're like how long?
Like you're not gonna watch a Batman show with Robin and no Batman.
Yeah.
It was like Arrow's like 5, 6, 7 seasons long. Was it? How many seasons are in it? 8 seasons.
Yeah.
So if they're gonna spend like 7 seasons with one Arrow and then get rid of that Arrow and take it, then that obviously the ratings are gonna drop. Like it would have been wiser to just end it there.
I have no understanding as to how the average viewership in millions, right, was 1.52 when the actual thing itself. Actually, no, I suppose it's probably considering all episodes within that. That's probably why, yeah. Because the first episode of that season, the last season of Arrow, was only 840,000. Every season that had Arrow in it started with at least 1 mil plus.
Oh, yeah.
Every season after that, bye-bye.
Yeah. If you're gonna get rid of the man that the people are watching the show for, it's gonna lose a lot of viewers.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see now if they increase, but I don't know. Now, I was just quickly closing the tabs there. I just realized as well that the Flash, actually, the last episode for it got 1.08 mil. So it's 1 mil 8,000, I think. Or
800,000.
No, 1.08. So I think it's like 80,000. So 1 mil 80,000. Yeah. It finished early, so it finished on like episode 19 with a huge cliffhanger. And I was watching an interview with the main guy. What's his name? I can't think of his name now, but with the Flash character himself, and he was saying, like, talking about it, says that it's because of COVID, it's been left on such a huge cliffhanger because they can't record anymore, that they're actually using the last 2 episodes for the next season, and then gonna finish it then, and then start.
All right.
Yeah, and they've never done it like that before. So it's different. Normally, come the end of the season, that whole character arc of the bad guy is ended. They've defeated him and stuff like that. So this is a bit different. So maybe
it sounds like they got more screwed than The Walking Dead.
No, because if you think about it, you've left people on a cliffhanger. People are going to come back to the next season to want to see what has happened, or get that satisfactory ending that they should have got.
They'll probably get the viewers in on cliffhanger.
Yeah.
But like The Walking Dead, like they couldn't air their finale because they couldn't finish editing it. So.
How can you not finish editing something that you could do at home?
Because they need there's basically a whole rendering unit.
Also,
54.
What was it? Another thing on the movies. Did you see the Tron 3 stuff?
I have not.
Tron 3?
Yeah, there's Tron 3 stuff.
When did it drop?
Well, 2 hours ago. Kind
of.
Just saw it on Twitter.
That's a rumor.
Is it?
It's in development with Jared Leto. All right, cool.
Quick question, just speaking of Jared Leto, yeah? He was the bad guy in
Panic Room?
No, what's the movie with Han Solo? But it's based like years from now.
Blade Runner.
Blade Runner, wasn't he?
Blade Runner 2049, yeah.
But he wasn't he?
He was a bad guy, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Just when you said it, I had that photo like kind of pop up in my head.
The new Blade Runner.
Beautiful movie.
I have seen it.
No. After the Blade Runner is out, after I've had downloaded, I rewatched the old one like twice. I still haven't watched the new one.
Yeah, I've watched.
It's sitting on the burner.
There's four different cuts of that original Blade Runner. I've seen.
I have one of the directors in the cuts versions.
Yeah, because I've seen 2 different cuts and I didn't like either of them. So.
Wow.
But
I guess you can't have wrong taste.
Funny man.
Hilarious.
I just thought it was very, very dull. I couldn't get into Harrison Ford.
It was literally my shit. Like
it's like ultra noir sci-fi.
Exactly. It's pure cyberpunk. It's noir.
Yeah.
It was the shit. The entire thing that got me in fucking Blade Runner was just the atmosphere.
Yeah.
It was just chill, and then it's just tense, and it's like, yeah.
It wasn't enough for me. Like I just needed to get attached to Harrison Ford's character, but I just couldn't, and that surprised me because I like Harrison Ford. It's just like
I got more attached to the fucking other guys.
I couldn't care less about any of the other characters.
I got more attached to the fucking car they were driving around.
The main thing I took from both Blade Runners is that you can tell from Blade Runner's time it looked fantastic. And Blade Runner 2049 it looked unreal. It just looked.
The original still looks better than half the CGI movies out there.
Yeah, but neither of the Blade Runners really got me.
Well, I'm sorry for your loss.
Yeah,
we'll hold a funeral for your taste.
No, sure. Well, sure, yeah.
It'll be in your obituary. Loved shitty movies.
But let's get back to the topic at hand. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you care about Michael Keaton returning as Batman in a Flashpoint movie.
One, because I think it's cool, and that's it.
About a 0, because I didn't probably watch Flashpoint.
It's like having.
I'll say 0 because I don't think Flashpoint is going to happen.
Fair enough.
I really don't think it's
I
happening.
mean, whether it happens or not, I'm not watching it ever.
On a scale of 1 to 10, whether or not Flashpoint happens, I'll say 0% chance of it happening. Not a hope it's happening.
You too, folks.
Especially after that video that surfaced of George Ezra assaulting a fan.
Nice.
Not going to happen. So
why did he assault him?
Apparently they were talking, asking him for a photo or something like that. There's a video. The video is very, very short. It's like 15 seconds long. It's just him grabbing a fan by the neck, choking her, and taking her to the ground.
Right, but did she do something to him, or
not in the video? Like, he just grabbed her, and like apparently, like the fan is sort of just dancing up to him or something out there, sort of just doing something mockingly. Like something. She was teasing him, or she was just hurting his feelings somehow, and he just went and grabbed her to the throat and put her on the ground.
All right.
But you can tell just out of context, you can tell it's uncalled for, because the only justifiable reason you have for doing that is if they're going to attack you. But there's just looking at the video, the fan wasn't attacking him. The fan was not attacking him. He just grabbed the fan by the throat, threw him to the ground. Well, didn't throw them to the ground, took him to the ground.
All right. Okay. Moving on.
Moving on. There was a trailer released there recently. It's David Ayer's next movie. Those of you who don't know who David Ayer, he directed Suicide Squad. He directed End of Watch. He directed that really awful Netflix movie Bright with Will Smith. And he has a new movie coming out.
I enjoyed
Bright
that movie.
Awful. Bright is awful.
I enjoyed that movie.
Awful.
I enjoyed that movie.
Well, I'm happy you enjoyed it, but I hated it.
Have you watched it, Alex?
No.
It's like got fairies and stuff in it. Like and orcs. You'll enjoy it.
Like, it's a live action movie, and it's I liked the concept of it, but the execution was not great.
No, it was good. It had me.
Right,
it had me.
that the one with what's his name?
Will Smith.
Yeah, I've seen fucking clips of that. I've never watched it.
What do you think of it?
It looks alright.
Yeah.
Looked fun.
I think it's a fairly divisive movie, so like you I'd say watch it and just get your own opinion. But for me, I didn't like it. It didn't hit any of the right notes for me. There was nothing about it I liked.
Probably all right, judging from your taste.
funny man. Yeah, but David Ayer directed that, and he's got a new movie called The Tax Collector coming out. Although I do not know the synopsis for this movie, it's the next Shia LaBeouf movie, where he plays this white dude that grew up in a Hispanic community and is involved with some gangsters, and it seems a lot of violent stuff unfolds. And I'm assuming
he's
collecting tax.
Definitely on the to watch list.
It definitely is. Like, it's when I watched the trailer, there was a part where he was like having a full blown conversation about with a guy who he was pointing a gun at, like making jokes about actually blowing his fucking head off. And to me, it was just it was executed in the trailer. Was executed really well. I was just sitting there like kind of laughing when I was watching the trailer for it. So yeah, I'm really interested to go see it. One, for the kind of comedic effect, but like just to see how Shia LaBeouf's acting is ever since Transformers. I haven't watched him. I haven't watched him since, other than when he was telling everybody to do it, on memes and stuff. So let's hope his acting got a little bit better.
Just do it.
Yeah.
Just do it. But the premise of this movie, it's basically David and Creeper work as tax collectors for a crime lord named Wizard, collecting his cut from the profits of local gangs. But when
I could have
Wizard's
told you
old
that.
rival returns to Los Angeles from Mexico, his entire business is upended, and David finds himself desperate to protect what matters most to him.
Which is his friend's family. Not his family. His friend's family.
That says his family.
No, is David Shia LaBeouf?
Shia LaBeouf is playing Creeper.
Oh, he's playing Creeper. Okay, well, David is the guy.
Bobby Soto is playing David.
Yeah, so he's the guy that has the family. Shia LaBeouf is the guy that collects the money from people. And going off the trailer, just what happens is Shia LaBeouf gets the tag. Or no, is it? Yeah, he gets a call saying that I've got your friend's family. You'll not get them until I get this. Holds them hostage. They then go and try and get the family back. That kind of thing. Yeah, it looks pretty decent. Like,
yeah, I'll say I'm definitely intrigued. I'll definitely be watching it. And even if the plot was crap, I'd probably still give it a watch because Shia LaBeouf is a pretty fucking great actor. And I'm waiting for the day he
returns to Transformers. Yeah.
No. I'm waiting for a day where he stars in a movie alongside Christian Bale to play his brother, because I think they look very alike.
All right. Okay, well, Christian Bale, whenever you come back to being Batman, we can then just say Batman had a brother.
Yeah. he can play Robin. He can play
fucking Robin, yeah.
He could do that.
In Flashpoint, we should get the two of them.
Oh, yeah, sure. But if they're gonna do a Flashpoint, definitely bring Christian Bale back, bring Michael Keaton back, even see if you can get Batfleck back, because he seems to be happy with his new woman, and he seems to be getting in good shape from pictures I've seen recently.
Yeah,
so,
after he went on his alcoholic binge.
Well, he's sober now apparently. Though.
Yeah,
he's sobered up.
That's good.
But it looks good. It does look good, and there's a few other movies I want to talk about that I have seen recently. The first being The King of Staten Island. I don't know if you know Pete Davidson. He's this comedian who is famous for his appearances on Saturday Night Live, and made a name for himself when he was in a relationship with Ariana Grande. And got engaged to her, and then broke up all within the space of 6 months.
Yes.
Well, the King of Staten Island is loosely based on his life, as his father died in 9/11 when he was very, very young, and it's basically about him getting his life together and his mother meeting this firefighter who she starts dating when his father was previously a firefighter who died in some building fire that was not 9/11, and there's a lot of comedic stuff in it. It's obviously all set on Staten Island, and I thought it was fairly enjoyable. There's a lot to get out of it, I think.
It sounds too what's the word? Boring.
I'll say, like, when you initially hear about it, it does sound boring, because I went into it expecting it to be a wee bit boring, because it is a fairly long movie. It's over 2 hours long. I think over 2 hours and 20 minutes long, I think. And it's you would imagine it would be boring, but I was surprisingly entertained for the vast majority of it.
Is there action scenes in it?
It's mainly because the action scenes. No, it's not an action movie. It's basically a comedy. It's a dramedy. I'll say that much.
No, I'm okay. I'll leave it.
It's a funny movie with some nice drama in it.
I don't really care for them family movies.
No, fair enough.
Yeah,
fair enough. But I'd say if you did watch it, you would definitely get a laugh out of some things in it. There are some very funny moments. Another movie I've seen recently is Spike Lee's latest movie called The Five Bloods. which is a movie. It's on Netflix. It's about these veterans. It's set in present day and in Vietnam, and these veterans go back to Vietnam to dig up, to find the body of their team leader who died leading this team in Vietnam. So they're going back to find his remains, to bring them back home to his family, and also to find some gold that they buried. And it's basically just them traveling through Vietnam, looking for gold and the remains, and going through some conflicts between them, because this is the first time they've met up in years, and they all have their own PTSD and struggles, and it's pretty interesting. It's kind of interesting. And Spike Lee did something very interesting, because with flashbacks and all that, there, movies tend to cast people as younger versions of the ones we're seeing in present day, but they don't do that. They just have the old versions playing them younger selves, and they don't do any de-aging. They just simply to not bother casting any younger versions or not using any technology. They just put it in like a different screen ratio, and kept the actors to play them younger selves, even though they don't look young. It's fairly unique and interesting thing to do. But although I did a review of it, and I gave it 3 stars, I thought it might be okay. I wouldn't watch it again though.
I mean, if you wanted to watch a movie that's about going back and trying to find what did you say?
The remains of their previous friend or leader.
Okay.
Who led their squad in Vietnam.
Okay. So
they buried.
If you want to watch something that's not as long as that, but it has the same concept, and it also has a few geniuses actually in it, go and watch Scorpion episode, like season 3, episode 15, I think. In it is the exact same thing. They're hired by Homeland, who then want them to go into like another country. I can't remember, or it's in Vietnam actually as well, to find remains of ex veterans that were never found. And they have to do it all before the Vietnam people build a city on this ground. So they have to go back, make sure that they can find remains. They come up with different like ways to kind of take photographs of like 30 meters down in the ground to be able to try and spot like human remains and stuff, so that they stop people actually building the city on it. Enough time to give them to dig up the remains and make sure it's them, and let everybody have a nice ending to or feeling like it's come to a close, that they now know what has happened to these people. Yeah, they all do it within an hour. And it's a bit more interesting.
And what's the name of it?
The TV show is called Scorpion. There's 4 seasons, and I'm really sad that I'm on the 4th because it finished in 2018.
All right.
Did
it get cancelled, or did it wrap up?
I'm not too sure. I didn't really look if it got cancelled or not, but like,
because any show that got cancelled, I can't start watching it, because it's just like it might have ended on something that might have left room for more stuff, and I when I watch stuff, I need closure. So
I'm not too sure if it was cancelled. All I know is that it started in like 2015 or 2016, and there's 4 seasons.
Well, I might look into that, but
it's on Netflix.
The Five Bloods, I thought it was. It's a mildly interesting watch, but I can't say it's a movie. I can't say it's a must watch. If I'd say watch the trailers. If you like the trailers, give it a go. But otherwise, might as well leave it. And another movie I've seen. Yes. The Eurovision Song Contest. The story of Fire Saga with Will Ferrell and Rachel McAdams. They basically play these two yokes from Iceland who have pretty much dedicated 40 years of their lives to a dream of entering the Eurovision and winning it. And it's kind of a comedy with some musical elements in it. And I thought...
okay, that's enough. We don't care.
Yeah, Nathan doesn't like his musicals. It's not a traditional musical where people break out in song at random periods of time. Like it's sometimes funny, but it is mostly very cheesy. And I can't say it's a great movie, but I can't say I didn't enjoy it. Because there were bits and pieces I enjoyed, because the music in it is actually surprisingly catchy, and Will Ferrell is actually pretty good. The first time, Will Ferrell's the best he's been since the other guys.
See, when I think of Will Ferrell,
last good movie, it's Will Ferrell.
Yeah, whatever. I don't really care. He's not going to care either that I pronounced his name wrong, but. I just think of wasn't he in not Dumb and Dumber? Was it Step Brothers? Yeah, and his terrible acting in that.
So, honestly, Step Brothers is probably in my opinion, one of the most overrated movies of all time. People say that's one of the greatest comedies ever made. I do not see the appeal to it at all.
Stop it, Step Bro.
Yeah, but. Like Will Ferrell's last good movie, I think, was The Other Guys that he did with Mark Wahlberg. Do you know that movie where fucking Samuel Jackson and The Rock, they're at the very start of it.
They fall off the building.
Super action heroes, and they jump off the building and just kill themselves for no reason. That is the last good movie he did, as far as I remember, because I don't remember him being in any other good movies recently. Like the last movie I seen. He was in this US version of Force Majeure.
Force Majeure.
It's Force Majeure. And yeah, it's not Majeure. It's not Majeure. It's Majeure. But yeah, he was in that. That wasn't a good movie either. But this, I'd say if you liked Eurovision, give it a go. But something that really irritated me is that Ireland have won the Eurovision the most times. And they don't even get mentioned once in the movie. There's no reference to them. Like the most they do is that they cast Pierce Brosnan as Will Ferrell's father, Icelandic father, and then they have Graham Norton in there, who's a commentator at the Eurovision contest.
No, I don't care about any of that. That is just ridiculous. I've seen that trailer, and. Because of that trailer, when I watch YouTube videos, I installed AdBlock.
Volcano Man.
I installed AdBlock. So I did. Yeah. So I don't care about that. I'm sorry.
If you don't watch the Eurovision, you'll probably not like it. But if you do,
who does? Who watches Eurovision? Like, who cares? Who can sing?
Today, not many.
Exactly. Who cares? Like, Like, if you can sing, go make albums, go make music. Okay, I'll listen to you. I don't need to watch you sing. To see who's the best in the country, or out of all the countries or whatever.
So Nathan is clearly not somebody that likes to watch singing talent shows. So if you like singing talent shows, including the Eurovision, it's a movie you might like. If you don't like singing talent shows like The Voice,
just go to a gig.
Got Talent.
You'll have spent your time way better than just sitting watching Eurovision. Just go to one of your favorite artist gigs. That's what I would recommend.
Well, they can't do that right now, Nathan. They can't do that right now.
No,
nobody can do that right now.
No, but I'm sure you can go play Warzone. You make better stuff with your time playing Warzone than you will go and watching that Eurovision shit.
Well, you can take that with a grain of salt coming from a man that's never watched a musical talent show or the Eurovision. So,
but I don't watch them because I have watched them. and did not like
you don't
them.
want
And
years
they're
to have one.
shocking.
Years of intellectual abuse by what is like American Idol or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, American Idol was like the first big
It's like
talent
holy
show.
fuck.
Yeah.
Turn this
It's,
off.
yeah,
X Factor. I'm like Jesus Christ. It's on every fucking day.
exactly. It's shite. It's absolute
Absolutely.
shit. Like, there's plenty of other ways to like become a big singer. Like, you definitely don't have to go on the X Factor and make an ass out of yourself.
Well, the X Factor isn't a thing anymore. Like it fell off the wagon a good few years ago.
It's still going.
It's still going, but fuck all people watch it now.
Yeah, now it's Britain's Got Talent.
Now Britain's Got Talent is like the big talent show that people
Yeah,
watch.
like I don't mind like Britain's Got Talent because it's not just about singing.
You get some clips of some fucking hilarious bullshit.
Yeah, yeah.
That's about it.
I don't mind watching them, but then there is like some guys that like some magicians and stuff like that I don't mind watching either. Like, but I don't like when it comes to the singing, it's fuck off. Like, it's just same generic shit. Come out with an album and post it on social media and do it that way. Come on.
If only it were that simple, Nathan. To go record an album. If only it were that simple.
Oh, you need a phone mic and you need a pen and paper. Is it that hard?
The studio.
What?
Well, as you know, Nathan, people aren't going to listen to a full album of phone recorded music, you know?
Oh, you do know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I know that.
yes. But great, let's move on to the next topic.
We're going to move on to the world of TV, and apparently there's a TV show coming to Amazon based off the very popular game series Fallout. And as someone that has never played Fallout, I can say that I'm intrigued, but I probably wouldn't care much about whether or not it's close to the source material because I haven't played it. But it's coming to Amazon, and the creators of Westworld are making it.
Ah, so it's gonna flop.
Nice.
Come season 3.
Well, that's maybe, who knows. But have you either of you played Fallout, and is it at all
I have
interesting?
like maybe over 1,000 hours on New Vegas.
Okay, so 1,000 hours playing Fallout in New Vegas. So if there's somebody here qualified to
The main thing that carried that game was the writing and the story. To be honest.
Okay, that would explain why
Writing, the
it was
atmosphere.
even considered for a TV
Like
show.
it was an absolute buggy mess of a game, but it was really fun.
So what is like kind of the could you like summarize exactly what it kind of is about?
Well, it's post-apocalypse. Well, post-war apocalypse. Post-nuclear
Post-war
war.
apocalypse. Nuclear war, alright.
Post-nuclear war, people start coming out of their fucking vaults after a few hundred years.
So it was basically set during a time where all radiation is, most radiation is gone and people can come out.
Well, kinda, yeah. Well, you have mutated beasts murdering people.
Oh, lovely. It's like, is there any particular character you're following or anything like that there?
No, it's all like different characters. The Fallout series is like the setting. So in 1, it's completely different. 2 is like years after the first one. 3 is years after the second one. I think it's somewhat in the same time like gap. Don't know about 76. Never played it. It's absolute trash game. 4 was mid.
Yeah, I've heard from Mark that it is.
Oh, it's a burning
travesty
garbage
of a game.
can. Holy shit, it's so bad. They fucked up that game so badly. It was so sad.
But Nathan, have you ever played Fallout?
Nope.
Have you ever been interested in playing Fallout?
Nope.
Okay.
Because I seen the reviews. I seen the reviews on the 76. No, I'm good.
76
I'm
is
good.
literally the worst garbage.
Yeah, they They
had a great series and they just fucking threw it off a cliff.
They didn't even bug test the fucking thing. No. When it first came out, within the first month, no one could even play it. It kept crashing. The graphics kept messing up. There was like things like the actual like monsters. Yeah, we'll say monsters. It more or less is, yeah. Like that they were doing that they shouldn't have been doing. You know, like monsters were seeing them from like miles and miles away and just coming up when they shouldn't have been. They should have been at a certain point in the game. You know, it was people were falling through the world and everything. Like there was so many bugs. Like that's not even half of them. There was so many bugs that I can't even like I don't even understand how it was released like that.
It's funny because like I know the game was tested. And
well, yeah, somebody turned it on and goes, this is great. Off you go. That's literally what it was like. Because, like, there were so many bugs. Like, I watched a 14 or 15 minute video on it. And it was some guy going at, like, here's all 100 bugs that I have found in Fallout 76, yeah? And it was hilarious. Like
these bugs? Nope.
Yeah, it was hilarious. And he's like, they've just released an update last week. What did it fix? Absolutely none of them. It was hilarious. So yeah, I've never been interested in checking out Fallout. To me, sometimes when games get like too old, I just never bother. So with the ones before as well, I'm just like, nah. I kind of like to get into games that are released.
Vegas, you wouldn't be interested in, no?
No, like I'm kind of like
many good things about that game.
I don't know what it is. I can't go back to old games, or like get
just one of those things where you know once you get this new, fresh, up to date, top of the chart game quality, you can't take a step backwards. You're a step forward, dude. You don't like to go back in time.
Yeah. But in saying that, I did go back to The Last of Us.
You did, yeah.
Yeah, but I think the benefit there was that it was on a PlayStation, so I didn't expect major quality. You know, so other factors benefit it. Right, so I think we should move on from that.
Right, who here has watched The Boys? The another Amazon show, The Boys.
I have.
That'll be me as well. Alex, I know you have not watched The Boys.
On the list.
It's on the list. It's on the list. But the second season is coming out September 4th. And they've already greenlit season 3.
Is it like they just popped the season?
Yeah, last year they popped it.
Okay, perfect. I'll watch season 1 just before it comes out and never season 2.
Yeah.
Well, yes. Well, just wait because I think they're releasing the episodes. They're releasing the first 3 episodes of The Boys in one go, and then they're going to do it weekly after that. And I think there's 10 episodes. I think I actually think there's 8. I think there's about 8 episodes. So they're doing the 3, and then there's another 5 to release over a period of 5 weeks. So.
All I'll say, big cliffhanger at the end of the Boys season 1.
Yeah, a big cliffhanger that I have been dying to see.
Dying to see how that's going to play out. Like
it's been so long since season 1, I can't remember if it was 2018 or 2019 it came out. I think it was 2018. I think it was summer 2018 it came out.
No, it was. I think. It wasn't.
Was it 2019?
2019. I was here, man.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, definitely 2019. So it was around. I think it came out June 2019. So
something like that, yeah.
We're getting it a bit over a year after the first season ended. So yeah, but yeah, there was a fairly decent cliffhanger at the end of the first season, and. September 4th is a new one. We have a season 3 greenlit, and Jeffrey Dean Morgan is supposed to be in the 3rd season. And I really, really hope he's playing a superhero of some nature, because I think I recall watching Watchmen, and I think he played superhero in Watchmen. Can't remember which one though. I think it was the Batman lookalike.
I will mention about season 1. The bits that I really enjoyed were the ones with Invisible Man.
Yeah, the creepy bits, basically.
Yeah, like they were like their thoughts on how to like F him up. It was just like, let's stick this somewhere. It was good. But yeah, no, Alex, definitely go watch it before the second one comes out, so that you're ready for it.
And their approach with the dude, I can't remember what name he was given. He had a nickname of some nature, but basically it goes against, like, it's such an adult show that in order for him to be invisible, he needs to be completely naked. So when he appears to people, he's completely naked, and he just casually walks out of rooms that he makes himself visible in, and it's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Then Carl Urban, like, you can't go wrong with Carl Urban. He's damn great. He almost carries the show. And then they have the main dude. I can't remember the actor's name, but he's fairly decent in it as well. And then they have,
which one?
He's the dude with no super ability.
Oh yeah, but the guy with the super abilities, the main one there, he is out of a TV show called what was it? I think it was called Sheriff or something like that.
Yeah, Anthony Starr. He plays Homelander, I think, around a bit. He's in Banshee. Banshee.
That's what it is. Yes. What did I say, Sheriff? But he was the sheriff in Banshee. He was really good in that. Just going around beating the absolute crap out of people. Like
Jack Quaid plays the main character. He's Dennis Quaid's son, I think. And I see the resemblance there, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
And yeah. But yes, I can't wait for the second season. I'm really, really looking forward to it. And if Jeffrey Dean Morgan is in the third season, I'm very, very excited about that. And they have a lot of faith in the second season if they've already greenlit a third. So
yeah,
should be fun. But we'll move on from that, and we're going to talk about what else is there. Oh yeah, I want to recommend a show. It is the Alex Rider TV show, which is also on Amazon. So it's very, very Amazon day with them greenlighting a Fallout show and The Boys coming. But Alex Rider is based on a book series from Anthony Horowitz. Well, I finished the book series about 3 or 4 years ago when there was about 6-7 books released. Apparently they've released a good few, but I haven't read them. But it's basically about this teenage boy whose parents died many years when he was young. He died when he was young, and his uncle raised him. And his uncle is secretly a MI5 agent, and he dies, and the agency then look to use Alex Rider, the nephew, as a agent by sending him to this school in the Alps to figure out some stuff, and the bunch of stuff unfolds that is a bit creepy. And
Jump Street.
Yeah, Jump Street. Yeah, 21 Jump Street.
It's just Jump Street. Brilliant.
Yeah, are they gonna get high in LSD though? Like in 22 Jump Street?
Basically, it's a school in the Alps where rich people's children are sent to. Only about 6 or 7 people are sent to the school.
Cocaine. We're here for high class, rich people drugs.
Yeah, rich people drugs. Yeah, the stuff you just dissolve on the tongue.
Well, there is a dude in the show that reminds me of you, Alex.
Can I just segue for a second? I know I'm interrupting you, but I'd like to just segue for 1 sec. Speaking of drugs, word just so happens I just so happen to have been talking to somebody that's actually living in the Netherlands at the minute, and apparently Netherlands are actually trying to pass a bill so that ecstasy is legal.
Is there any health benefits to that though?
If it's controlled by the government, probably not.
Yeah, that seems a bit shady.
No, the only reason why it's bad for you and stuff is because your drug dealers are mixing it with everything else.
If there's no health benefit to the drug, it shouldn't be legal. Basically, if there's no health benefits, if it's going to be used purely for recreation,
if it's neutral and there's no health harm, then what's the issue?
Okay, so if there's no health benefits, it should be illegal. So what else should be illegal?
Weed. No health benefit there.
Tobacco.
Alcohol.
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 There is health benefits to weed, apparently. So.
Alcohol.
Well, there are.
Coke you get in the shop. Lucozade, crisps, sweets. Yeah. All them should be illegal.
Well, yeah, you have
no benefits to health, so they should be illegal. That's what you're saying.
You have a point there. Like, well, but let me rephrase it, because ecstasy has caused harm, a lot of harm.
Yes, ecstasy.
Ecstasy.
That goes through drug dealers. This is going to be sold in shops, passed through government.
If there's no harm to it, sure, go on ahead. But
so what? We just leave Lucozade and Coke out there, like for people to drink?
Well, yeah,
yeah, that'll cause you issues.
Yeah, it will.
So
fair point.
So if ecstasy was to cause the same amount of issues as Coke would over a certain period of time, would it be all right?
Sure.
You don't believe that because it's ecstasy. That's why. Because in our country, it's illegal. That's why.
And also, I've heard some.
Yes, and you will hear stories because it's been gotten from the street.
Fair enough, then.
If it's passed and it's been allowed to be sold in shops, it has to go through a system where they can then take out all the bad stuff. You wouldn't be able to sell it otherwise. That's why when you get weed off the street, sometimes you get it laced with something a bit extra than what you asked for.
Fair enough. Right, so bottom line, if ecstasy, if there's no harm to it,
You're trying it. We're all going to go over to Amsterdam. Aaron's going to be the first one to try it. Yeah? You got to put it down as an experience.
Yeah, I'm not going to be doing that.
Why? Sure, it's going to be legal. It's going to be safe. It's just going to give you a mind fuck. Or relax your head. Relax your head. I actually don't know.
My mind's fucked enough when I'm sober, so I don't need.
Actually, in fact, it'll get you in the party mood. That's what it'll do. It'll get you in the party mood.
I do not care.
Like, it'll just get the endorphins running at 90 and you'll be buzzing.
I don't care.
Alex, are we trying it? We have to try it. If it becomes legal, we gotta try it. Right. Anyway, speaking of Amsterdam, when are we going?
When the world has healed.
When the world has healed.
Netherlands, do whatever the fuck you want. As long as you don't kill people, you're fine. Everybody go watch Alex Rider. It's a great series. And we're going to move on.
Yeah.
Is there... Firstly, I'm just going to ask a question. Has anybody listened to any new artist or any song this week that you really want to talk about and want people to hear?
Not really.
Nothing new.
I will name drop The Who, a Mongolian rock band.
Oh yeah, I love that.
The Who. I got introduced to them there a couple of weeks ago, and I've been listening to their songs on repeat quite a bit. I introduced them to Nathan. They're definitely not in his wheelhouse, because they don't speak English. But
Not that. I listen to Russian music and it's still good. Like, you were telling me, listen to the Rift. I'm like, dude, I don't give a fuck about the Rift.
The Rift?
Yeah, that's what you said.
I said riff.
Yeah, but you text well, your autocorrect changed it to Rift.
They've got really, really, like, there's a song they have called Shug Shug, and the bass riff in it is sexy as hell.
Nah, I'm fine.
I love it.
Fine.
But go listen to The Who, a damn great band, inventors of the genre of Hunu rock or Hunu rock, however you pronounce it.
The rock,
Mongolian rock band, The Who.
The Rock would be upset with you for not pronouncing that right. Anyway, let's move to more or less the last topic.
I'm guiding the show here, Nathan. I'm guiding the show. Let me do my job. I'm going to guide the show. We're going to move into the world of games, and apparently we have a scoop.
No, we don't. That's the last topic.
All right, you want to say about the last?
Yes, because we got to do clickbait.
Okay, we got to do clickbait then. All right. So we're going to talk about something very controversial that has been very, very divisive in the world of gaming. The Last of Us Part 2 has been released. We've had about just less than a month to really let it sit, let it register, and think about what this game is trying to say. And I'm just gonna ask Nathan off the top because he's the only dude that's played it. I've watched it, and Alex has heard things, but he hasn't played it. But Nathan, I'm going to leave it to you to give your overall final thoughts on this game. Do you like it? Do you not like it? And why?
I enjoyed playing it. Really upset that it was over. Like, when I finished it, I done a full live stream. Took me about 23 hours. Like,
yeah, that was mad.
13, 14 hours in, man, my character was running into walls. I had kind of closed my eyes and stuff, but it was for split seconds. And kind of got back to reality, kind of slapped my face a little bit and told myself, let's get this game finished. But no,
honestly, because initially when you said you're going to do that full 24-hour stream, initially one of the first thoughts is, yeah, that's an interesting idea. But after watching it, I would recommend not doing any more 24-hour streams because you're clearly too out of it to enjoy the game.
No, I did enjoy it.
Way too out.
No, I did enjoy it. I really enjoyed it. I'm sorry I'm not like everybody else that just screams and shouts, especially when I can't do that when my neighbors upstairs are sleeping. When
you're falling asleep and walking into walls in the game, I would recommend, having full energy and being full focused.
First of all, the reason why that happened was because I only had 4 hours sleep the night before. I also was at work.
Even more reason not to do the 24-hour stream. But,
no. I went to sleep for an hour beforehand, got everything set up, and it was fine until 14 hours in.
When you fell asleep while on live stream.
I didn't fall asleep. It was literally seconds. It was seconds. My character was just running. I closed. She run the wall. I could hear something, and I bumped back on, slapped my face, and I'm ready to go. And I was doing all this and trying to keep myself awake, and then I had blocked nose and stuff, and Mark's dad was making comments that I was sniffing too much coke and that I've just got the tics and everything, and all this, when really
you're twitching apparently.
Yeah. No, not like that. Just doing this like that, because my nose was blocked and I didn't want to get up unless I really had to go to the toilet and stuff, because I had already gotten up to grab a drink and go to the toilet. So I didn't really want to get up. I only went to the toilet once in that whole 23-hour live stream.
Impressive.
But I really enjoyed the game. I thought the graphics was pretty good. For it being on a PS4, obviously, you know, if it had been held off till next gen, I think it would have looked a hell of a lot better, especially with having RTX. Whew.
And do you reckon, because I reckon the game will be reintroduced on PS5, do you think?
It won't be up to standard. Like there
was a gameplay released like last year or 2 years ago, and in the game it didn't look as good as in that gameplay, and people are saying it might look that good when it's released on PS5. So do you think that might be a thing? Do you think they'll update
if they haven't created a separate version to not be upscaled, to look nicer, like just the actual game being built for that console, then I think it would look pretty good. Like, but if they only upscale it and stuff like that, it's not going to look as on point as it would if it was made for that console. I feel like they could have left it an extra year and had it for that console.
All right.
Because I would now be still excited for the game. But I'm upset that the game's over. That's it. That Joel is dead.
You've enjoyed waiting for it. You enjoyed waiting for it.
Well,
for a year.
Taking into consideration that I only played the first one last year. So to me,
take that into consideration.
Yeah,
like I've been waiting for this game
for like 6 years
to watch this game for about 5-6 years.
Yeah. So like for me, I could happily have waited one more year, but I do understand that people that have played it when the first one first came out on the PS3, yeah, I totally understand that they would want it sooner. But if, for example, you know a console is going to be released at the end of the same year that you kind of want to release the game, I would say just wait and then release it for that console. Like they could have waited and released it as a PS5 day one game.
Yeah.
You know, but instead
I thought they were going to do that.
Yeah, but instead they decided to have Spider-Man do that, which was still a good call because, like, now that yes, The Last of Us, like the whole waiting is over and stuff, like because I play
PS4 records left, right, and center.
Yeah, but because I got into Spider-Man as well then after playing The Last of Us, I now just can't wait for Spider-Man. So it's kind of moved. But I would like to have something there for next year, and at the minute I don't. Other like Cyberpunk is coming out at the end of this year as well, so I haven't really got anything, you know, to really talk about. Normally, Call of Duty would be in my anticipated games for the year, but
Ghost of Tsushima is coming out very soon.
Yeah, but I'm not that excited for it. Like
Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Still not that excited for it. Like they're interesting games to play, but I feel like Cyberpunk, Spider-Man are kind of the only two for this year that I'm really, really, really like interested in playing. Just because I love Spider-Man, like always have. But like Cyberpunk is just, I think it's going to be the mark. I think it's going to be the actual mark as to when ray tracing is going to be a huge factor in a game, and it'll start off everything else. Like, so games after Cyberpunk comes out, I think will all try and aim to have ray tracing so that the game looks beautiful, and I'm interested for that.
So I just want to get back on The Last of Us, because like a lot of people have said that the gameplay, although has added new things that the first game didn't have, a lot of people have said it is a wee bit repetitive. It's a wee bit they could have done a lot better with the gameplay. I've heard a lot of people say that. I just want to know, like, did you have any issues with the gameplay itself? Do you think they could have done anything better, or were you fully immersed in the game when you were playing?
I feel like the only thing for me they could have done better was the aiming of weapons. I felt like it didn't feel right, but that's also coming from somebody that plays Call of Duty. You know, and Call of Duty's aim on console or PC is really sharp. It feels like how it's supposed to. Like how I would compare The Last of Us controls for like shooting guns or whatever or weapons at all would be, if you've ever played GTA, it has the same movement of aiming a weapon and moving around with that weapon. Like the character doesn't. It's as if there's a few milliseconds response delay between you actually stopping it on the controller and it actually happening, which I don't like. And GTA feels the exact same, whereas Call of Duty is all just sharp. As soon as you stop moving that controller or that analog stick, that's it. It stops. You know, it's very, very sharp. But if they had done it like that, I would have enjoyed the aspect of like using weapons and stuff a lot better. I would have gotten through the game, I think, a bit faster too, because a few times I could have been saved if it had Call of Duty mechanics for like shooting some of the monsters in it, you know. But like, it is what it is. I got the game. It was really, really, really like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, it was surprising. It was like you could tell there was a lot of thought going into it, or that had gone into it. What surprised me the most was like some of the AIs like literally turning around and apologizing for getting the two of you caught when trying to do it all like silent under the radar, like moving in and around other like bad guys and stuff. Like I was really, really like shocked. Like I even, whenever I was live streaming, I actually mentioned, I goes, wait, she actually apologized for her getting both of us caught. I was like, no other game has done that I've played. Maybe it has in another game, but in what I've played, it hasn't. And I was like, you know, it's them little things that adds to it, you know. Whereas if she hadn't have mentioned it, like, because I remember like just saying, you're like, she's a dick for getting me caught and stuff. And then as soon as I say that, next thing, all I hear through the thing is, sorry about that. Like they were too quick for me or something. I can't remember what she exactly said, but she apologized for it. And I was just like, they've done good. They've watched out for all the little things in the game. And added that. But yeah, no, to me it was just the shooting. The shooting was the only thing I kind of had an issue with. The story as well. Like, it was very, very...
The story is the main thing. The main controversy of the game. Where people are saying, hey, the gameplay, the graphics, everything perfect, but the story... Like, do you personally see anything wrong with the story?
Other than me being able to finish off the girl that finished Joel, and I feel like because people,
spoiler alert.
I feel like because people couldn't do that, I feel like they've put it down to that's a bad story. But then when I think about it, and it's going off what you said, Aaron, that she has now become the next Joel and Ellie in that situation there, that I'm like, right, okay. It kind of fits as well as just, you know, killing the woman.
Yeah.
You know?
So, I just want to ask, because like a lot of people that I've seen complain about this is that they think that this game is about getting revenge. But the game isn't about getting revenge, it's about breaking the cycle of revenge. Like the whole theme of the game is revenge cycles. Because you have Joel who kills Abby's father, then Abby kills Joel for killing her father, and then Ellie. The game is about breaking the cycle of revenge, and Abby is the first one to break the cycle by sparing Ellie at the theater. Because Abby kills Jesse, and then apparently, at first we think she kills Tommy, but she doesn't. But she does try, but she spares Ellie, so she is the one breaking the cycle, saying there's no point in killing you. It's just this is just an endless cycle, blah 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 blah. And then she just spares her because Lev decides. Well, Lev is there to sort of help bring Abby's humanity back.
Yeah,
like like her saving Lev and what was her name? The sister. What was her name? I can't remember her name. Hold on, let me check. I just need to double check her name. Okay, last. Let's cast. This was two. Cast. Okay, hold on. Yara, that's her name. Yara. But after Abby saves Yara and Lev from the other Seraphites, because Yara and Lev save Abby first from hanging, so she feels she owes them something by going and saving their life, and then they sort of bond, and then Yara dies, and it's just Abby and Lev left, and then Lev sort of just tells Abby that no, this isn't the right thing to do. Right before Abby was about to kill a pregnant Dina, very shortly after Ellie killed Mel, who was pregnant. Yeah, so there was a bit of contrast there. So, and like Abby was about to say, "I don't care," and kill her anyway. So, but Lev was there to say, "Right, bring her back down to the ground," and she spared her. And things move on. A year passes, and Ellie still is moving on, but is having some serious PTSD. She's seeing Joel's beat-in face every night. She's not sleeping, she's not eating, so she has to go, and she goes and finds that Abby is dying on a big pole, but cuts her down and starts a fight with her and loses 2 fingers and remembers the last time she was talking to Joel, in which she wants to try and forgive him, because his death is basically his own fault. Because Joel, her not killing Abby is kind of her forgiving Joel. Like I can't quite word it exactly the way I wanted it, but there's a lot of there's layers there that I can't word them right at the minute. But there's a few elements there. I just want, before I go, I'm going to go back to it if I can figure out how to word it. But there was a few other complaints about things there, and Alex had an issue here. But I know you, Alex, had an issue with Joel going and introducing himself to a bunch of strangers. Well, he didn't introduce himself to a bunch of strangers, but basically, Tommy and Joel save Abby from dying. And then Tommy introduces himself and Joel. So Joel didn't introduce himself. And when they go back to the place, like, Tommy introduced himself to them, and they introduced themselves to Tommy and Joel, and then Joel just mentions his name. And then they all sort of get their guard up, and Joel's just like, you sound like you heard of us or something. And then Abby shoots him in the knee, and then the rest of the crew jump on Tommy, knock him out, and all that there. And a lot of people are saying Joel was a bit too trusting there. They're basing the Joel they're watching in this game off the one from 4 years earlier. Joel is in a community now where he's watched people come and go. like the community themselves have put it upon themselves to regain their humanity, and there's like if you look around the place, there are a bunch of notes that show that the community as a whole are trying to regain their humanity, regain trust in strangers, and even though they're keeping their guard up, they're still they're trying to help people. And at the end, you can tell that people have come and gone with no drama whatsoever, and Joel has become more trusting over those years, and that makes sense. Like Joel has lived in relative peace for the longest time since the apocalypse started. Like 20 years of him being a really shitty person, and then he meets Ellie, and they get to that community, and he starts changing. He becomes more trusting. He starts to regain his humanity even more. So, and they save his and Tommy's life. So it's just like there's no reason he should have his guard up because he has his own weapon on him. They have their weapons, but they don't have them in their hands. Like it's just like there's no reason there why Joel and Tommy shouldn't have trusted them. So like that is one of the main complaints. Like this, it just makes no sense whatsoever. But it does make sense when in the context of the game and the time that has passed. So there is that. And then there was a lot of people saying that when you play as Abby, it feels like Naughty Dog trying to force you to feel sorry for her. But I didn't really get that. I don't think they were trying to force you to feel sorry for her. They were just showing you
her personality.
They're showing you exactly where she was coming from, so you can understand where she's coming from. Because essentially, she is probably a better person than Joel. Like Joel's probably done much shittier things than she has.
Well, one, she's younger.
Yeah, she's younger. So, and another thing is, it makes no sense that she was so built. And although I can't say much on that because I'm not educated enough in fitness to know if that's realistic or not. So I can't say much, but you can tell, like in the earlier flashbacks, like she's normal. Her arms are normal, but you can tell from cutscenes that she's
later on. There is a gym in the place they're at, and there's
there's a big ass gym
to the absolute.
And she passes up. She passes up sleeping with Owen to go train. She's saying, "Let's go to training. Let's go to training." She's dedicated to training, even when because she knows Joel is out there and she wants. She's waiting and hoping for a lead, but she's training and preparing to go and find him, to go on a journey to find him. That is her main goal. She wants to train and train and train until she's ready to go out there and kill the man that killed her father. And it would make sense that she wants to train because she's seen the carnage that Joe left in his wake when leaving that Firefly hospital. I mean, he killed many people. And
one being her father.
Yeah, and I can see some people have also brought up the point that and this is something I was hoping that they might acknowledge in Last of Us Part 2, but they didn't. And this probably be my only real minor gripe with the story itself is that I think the Fireflies should have waited until Ellie woke up at the end of the last game. I think they should have waited until she woke up so she could make the choice on whether or not to give her life for a potential cure or not. And
the Fireflies weren't exactly; they were just borderline terrorists.
Yeah.
They lit up places for no reason,
but basically, but
like what was it? What was that city in the first one you went in that was just complete ruin?
I can't remember.
The game. That was literally just Fireflies made an insurrection and just fucked it completely.
Yeah, but though there is that element to it. Like both, though there really is no good and bad because like we have Marlene who raised Ellie from when she was like a baby, like after her mother died. So you'd think they might leave that bit waiting until Ellie woke up to make that decision herself, but they didn't do that. So that's really the only gripe I had with it, and they didn't address that in the second part, so I didn't particularly like that they didn't address that. Like, I thought Joel might have brought it up but it very easily would have annihilated her argument against Joel, saying like, I should have died in that hospital, blah blah blah. I should, like, my life would have meant something. But it's just saying like they were going to kill you without you having a choice. It's like although like I had a feeling you might want to give your life, I wanted to hear it from you. I wanted to hear that decision from you, but they were just going to kill you without your permission, so I had to kill them. That would have been a great point to bring up, but it would have completely annihilated her argument against him. So we had to keep it sort of even with all that. But and yeah, there's a lot of layers to this game, but there's a lot. Everybody complaining about it. It's sort of just we didn't get to kill the person that killed Joel.
Yeah,
this is an awful game. Like there's just more to it, and like people just aren't. It's just pure surface level thinking from what I've seen. Like nobody's understanding the overall theme of the game, and that's really irritated me. And the amount of the amount of abuse that Neil Druckmann's getting, along with the actress that played Abby, like recently the story, like she's been getting a lot of death threats on Twitter as well. So, and even with that new tool, Nathan, she hasn't used that on her Twitter at all.
Well, that's
Neil Druckmann hasn't used it. Like he's letting that hate flow in, but he's been screenshotting everything and sharing it on his profiles. And this is the kind of comments we're getting. I'm just going to shine a light on it. And but yeah, the game has caused many controversies, and like I think, like after I thought about it, like it took sort of a week for it. I took about a week to really get it, because I was after the first watch, I wasn't really satisfied with how it ended. But the more I sat with it and thought about it, like the more I got it, and I was saying, yeah, that's really good. And then I rewatch, and I keep rewatching scenes, and I go look at reactions of people watching it for the first time, and just saying, yeah, it's like these scenes do make more sense now that I've thought about it. But I wasn't surprised about the reaction at all. It's just I wasn't even mildly surprised. And also another criticism the game is getting was the false advertising, because in probably a trailer could have come out last year. There's a part in the trailer where Joel shows up and
yes,
yes. It's just like, you think I was going to let you do this alone? Like, he was replaced with Jesse delivering that line. And a lot of people have been complaining about that being completely false advertising. But it's just like, hey, it's really no different to what Marvel do. Like, we expected to see Hulk in the end of Infinity War in that big ass battle. Like, that was really hyped up. Everybody was getting very excited about that. We only see him for a minute and a half in the opening of Infinity War, and that's it. But there was no uproar over that. And like people have been complaining, saying, hey, we don't get any Joel at all. We were supposed to have Joel in present time and along with Ellie on our journey. It's just like this is an outrage. But it's just like, it's no different to what other companies have been doing. And we get plenty of Joel in the game anyway.
Make it A-okay, does it? Just really fake trailers for the crack.
Well, I don't particularly like it either, but like that's just something that they're doing. And it's just,
yeah, but you're saying it's like, oh, Marvel did it, so whatever.
Yes, and like I'm saying it from the perspective that there's so much outrage over that bit of false advertising, and nobody had a problem with it. At other times, it's just for this game in particular. Like, people are very, very furious over it, and it's just saying, all right, you can pick and choose when you want to be furious. But yeah, those are kind of my overall thoughts. Like I enjoyed. Initially, I was a bit unsatisfied, but the more I sat with it, and the more I've rewatched it, the more I've enjoyed it. Like it's and there was a lot of people complaining about the brutality of Joel's death, and well, I watched The Walking Dead, and I've seen much worse. And Nathan, you have also seen much worse.
I've seen eye sockets hanging from people.
Yeah, somebody getting battered over the head so hard that their eyeball pops out, and are left for 2 minutes with their eyeball popped out, while the dude with the baseball bat has a wee monologue. And then he just continues beating his head in to a pulp until there is no face, there's no head left, and it's just all just liquid. It's basically, but so that didn't faze me. A lot of people have been complaining about that bit, but yeah, that didn't really faze me, and we didn't even really get to see much of the thing. We just see one blackout bit, and then 2 hits with the golf club. But
in the opening of the next one, we see the eyes straight away.
yeah. But I thought the game is. I think the game has earned the praise it's gotten from the critics, and everyone shitting on the game are just surface level thinkers. That is.
All right, so that's your opinion summed up.
Would you agree or disagree with what I've said now?
No, I'd probably agree with most of it, yeah.
Yeah, you have no rebuttals.
No.
Fair enough. Alex says, well, I know you haven't played it or watched the full thing, but...
Don't really care, to be honest.
Would you play it?
I mean, it doesn't look like the fucking worst game ever, so I don't know.
Well, I would recommend giving it a go, just so you have full perspective of the whole thing. Because if you played the first game, I'd recommend playing the second.
Like, I've seen enough of it. It's not a 10 out of 10. Like.
Well, but I would recommend watching it from start to finish. But we are going to move on to another topic now. A topic Nathan has been very excited about, because he thinks he's going to get a Secret Labs chair out of it.
Well, we'll see when the prices are officially.
But there's a possible or official, I don't know, I'm going to leave it to Nathan. So Nathan, what is this
right,
this news you have to give to leave?
This is all you guys have been waiting for, whoever's watching the video. Yes, we did leave it to last just for the clickbait, but I have received word about the prices of the PS5. Now,
what do these sources tell you?
So first of all, I'd like to say where my source is from. Not going to mention who they are, but they work in a store that will be selling the Xbox and PlayStation 5 from launch, and you can pre-order both consoles from these stores. Now, I'm not going to say the name of this store.
Of course you're not.
But it rhymes.
Don't.
With Pargus.
No, you just fucking said it. Like,
what do you mean?
You might as well have just said it.
No, I didn't. I just said it rhymes with Pargus. That's all.
If you said it rhymes with Jarvis.
No, it rhymes with Pargus. There you go. If you know, you know. But I have received word from Pargus that the console with a disc drive is going to be £600. 600. And the console without a hard drive is, from what I can remember from hearing from this guy from Pargus, it was either 400 or 450. And can't remember. It was a few days ago when he told me, and I know I might have texted you guys that it was $450, but I think it is either between $400 or $450, which means that your disc drive, your Blu-ray drive, is £150 to £200 to buy, which is quite steep.
Let me tell you this.
For the ability to play used games, you pony up another 150.
Yes. Which is probably why it's going to be that much, because the fact that they put in backwards compatibility, that they're using majority of that money to maybe fund some old games to be brought into this backwards compatibility.
There's a lot of games
until
you'll be able to buy them online anyway.
No, until you can buy them to play them on that console. So they're basically funding it now at the minute. They're going to fund it from the very start for whoever gets the £600 version, which has the Blu-ray disc. You're basically going to fund the startup of the backwards compatibility.
What do you mean, fund the startup?
So, like, do you know the way that, right, you have your old games, yes, but they have to make it compatible with that console, right? Before you can play it. Yes. But developer not gonna just do it out of nothing, is he? He gonna be like, right, where's my cut? So Sony gonna fork out a little bit of cash to all these individual developers and be like, make your game backwards compatible with our console, and you'll get a percentage also of the people buying these backwards compatible games. That's how I think it's going to go.
That makes literally no sense.
How?
Like, why would they pay developers anything?
What do you mean?
To make them backwards.
Because in the long run, Sony will get more money out of it then. Because they'll get majority of the money for these games for backwards compatible.
No, this is just... To me, this is purely just like to get rid of used games, eventually. For consoles.
No, because if you think about it, you don't
have a disc drive. You can't put a disc in, so you can't play.
Yeah, but you'll be able
second-hand game.
No,
you have to buy it on your online account.
Yeah, but you can. Yes, but you can also run them games too. So if I have, like, for example, a PS4, or let's say, for example, Xbox, right? Because Xbox have done it. If I have an Xbox, yeah, and I buy games.
Talking about PlayStation, you know.
Yeah. I know. But I think they're going to go the same route as Xbox. That console that has that profile on it can play any of the games that person has. And also, PlayStation have share play. So you can share with your friends. And they can play the game with you.
No, like online ones.
Yeah, but no, not online ones, but like they can play games with you, like, well, obviously multiplayer ones, yes. Yeah, but when it comes to, like, for example, non-multiplayer games with the Xbox, I can download Dylan's profile onto my Xbox, don't set it as home Xbox, and still play his games. No, actually, sorry, set it as home Xbox and play his games, but he can still log into his profile. And I can just play all his games. So I can, because his profile was set to my home Xbox. And then he can still use his profile on his Xbox, on a separate Xbox, and go and play Call of Duty or whatever he wants to play. So I think they'll do it like that, but they obviously that's putting Microsoft out of a bit of money doing that. But we'll see. But that's the prices for the PS5 from what I've been told. 600 for the
on Amazon UK they had up 600 quid
for the one with the.
Don't know, one of them apparently.
Where did you see this? On Amazon?
Some article. Some month ago though, so I don't know. It was complete bullshit.
Yeah, so I'm saying I think it was either 400 or 450. The guy told me for the digital version, and then 600 for the disc version. And if one turns out to be 600, then new chair, motherfucker.
Yeah, you're not going to get in that chair, unfortunately.
You put the bet in.
Yeah, when I was employed.
Right, but we're talking if you're employed, obviously. We're not going to talk if you're not employed.
Well, now you've made sure he's never employed. Good job.
No, because he's going to have a meeting on Friday.
Well, I'm not going anywhere. I'm just going to be at home.
No, I said, that's what I said. You're going to have a meeting on Friday.
Alright, well.
Yeah.
I'm going to have an appeal hearing on the phone.
Yeah.
I wouldn't necessarily even call it a meeting, because I'm not meeting anybody.
Fair enough.
There will come a day, Nathan, when I can afford that secret lab chair, and you will get it, either for Christmas or for your birthday. So it will come, but not this day.
And Mark, if... Oh, I never thought of this. I think Mark did guess around the 400 mark or something like that, yeah? If he has, if he has, and one of the consoles ends up being that, then you also owe him 100 pints.
I owe him 100 pints anyway. He's paid for at least 100 pints for me, so I owe him that anyway.
Yeah.
So,
speaking of actually owing him something, I owe him £12. I'll send it to him tomorrow.
It's not like he'll be able to see it on you.
What? What?
Never mind.
It's not like he'll be able to see it anyway. Oh, yes. Yes, because he got his eye done. But yeah, I think I think like 600's pretty pricey. But for people that want to play them old games, they're gonna do it. They're gonna do it.
Honestly, if there's a way to keep physical copy, if there's a way to keep physical discs alive, it's to make the that version where you can use discs €150 cheaper than the digital version where you can't use it.
They want people having the digital version. That's the thing.
They want people having the digital version, but it's €150 more. It's €150 more expensive than the other one. So
see, where they're stuck though with never getting rid of the discs for a long time is that they are never guaranteed everybody having 1,000 or 1 gigabyte internet or anything that high. You know,
yeah.
Like everybody, like there is people out there on 2 megabyte, on less than one.
In 50 years, maybe in 50 years, people will have really good internet.
No, everybody.
Yeah,
like their whole market.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like right now, no, not everybody has that kind of download speed or internet. But in 50 years, people might. But so that's just looking into the future, like when physical copies may no longer be around, physical discs may no longer be around. So there's that. But do you think €600 is a fair price for that version of the PlayStation?
I feel like it's £100 more than the last gen. If the quality of the PS5 in terms of like technical aspects, like if they're up to par like with ray tracing and everything like that, maybe if it's a bit more than just your digital drive, your drive, being £150 to £200 more, not really. For me, I'm just going to get the digital version.
So you're going to pay the full 600 for it?
I'm going to pay the 400 digital version. Yes, no drive. So you're seeing the one with the drive? The drive is 600. It's 600.
And the one without it is 400.
Yeah.
So 450. I thought it was the other way around.
No.
So that makes much more sense.
Yeah, I'm definitely getting the digital version because like I have the internet there to run it. Like all I'm hoping for is that they put like a 5 terabyte fucking SSD in it or something. You know, given
you with your 1,000 download speed, there should be no issue for you.
There's no issue. Literally no issue. Like, but
like, how long did you have to wait for Last of Us to install?
How much was Last of Us? What gig? 78 gig. It took me less than an hour.
As far as I heard, some people have had to wait 8 to 9 hours for it to download. So,
ha! Fuck off. Mine done it in less than an hour. Like,
but is there any other thought you want to add on to that?
What about you, Alex? Are you gonna get the PS5?
Don't know, maybe.
You want to get it for Spider-Man? Or you want it? Or are you gonna come over whenever I get it and then just play it?
Do you have the PS4, Alex?
It'd be cheaper than him buying the console.
I only have the Switch.
Right, so you don't have any consoles?
Well, the Switch is console.
All right. No.
Yeah, kinda. Yeah. Yes,
it is.
Yeah, because you can hook it up to the TV, can't you?
It's the console.
Yeah.
Okay, so I suppose we shall leave it at that.
Yeah.
600 for the disc drive and 450 for the digital
edition.
Do you think that's fair? Do you think that's a bit too much? Well,
too much.
Let us know in the comment section down below.
Only time will tell. And answer that question with your money when it comes out. Anyway, until we're gonna leave it at that. Thank you for tuning in. If you did tune in, thank you for staying with us. If you're here and still now, and until next time.
Oh yeah, this isn't live streamed. This is just recording.
Oh, I know.
So thanks.
Next time.
Oh yeah, okay, I get it.
Until next time. Until next time, Nathan.
Episode. Did you see what he done there? He just flopped the chair back. Come up, Alex. Come up like Undertaker. Right, okay, we'll catch you guys in the next episode of the TinCan podcast. Peace.
Bye.